Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Yuri, also known as Star-Lord, and this is the game called Darkest Dungeon. This is my walkthrough series of the Darkest Dungeon game. A game which is merciless, intriguing, spectacular, interesting, RNG, roguelike, grimdark. You can put like a lot of things in there if you'd like. But that's not the emphasis that I'm going towards. Now, I would like to tell something about my playthrough. Something interesting. This playthrough is actually my first in my entire life playthrough of the Darkest Dungeon game, meaning that previously I haven't beaten it before, and that's what makes it so interesting to see how a person with no experience is in such genre of games is playing in it, and currently is way far from the beginning of the game. And as a matter of fact, he is already at Crimson Court DLC. If you have missed previous parts of this exciting and interesting playthrough, that is also beginner-friendly, that is also guideless without exception for the curious, you can revisit it on our YouTube channel. Links to that are provided. That being said, relax, enjoy, interact, share opinions, share thoughts, and just have fun. Let us begin today's walkthrough session. Previously, we have attempted Courtyard's Baron mission, and we failed. Primarily because our front line was lackluster, and even more so, primarily because Abomination and Shieldbreaker do not really work together, meaning that if you place Abomination in second position and Shieldbreaker in first position, whenever you will try to use a spell on Shieldbreaker that will move him backwards, Abomination will immediately start to become kinda useless, and you will be forced to transform him, which I don't particularly use because I haven't found good opportunities to do so. With that being said, we slowly but surely have raised a new front line for us. And that front line is going to be a trustworthy man-at-arms. Trustworthy man-at-arms is actually a quite decent character to have either in front line or at the fourth position. The things that change are pretty much only one skill, which is Riposte, and the rest comes as follows. Well, that is if you don't want to use his damaging abilities. I don't, because I don't really need it. Okay, so we will try to go for the Courtyard again. Our team composition will be kind of similar to previous one, with the exception that we will be using man-at-arms. I also would like to have a healer. Where's a healer at? There is one of the healers. Now, for this DLC, I still haven't, like, figured out whether or not the Occultist or Vestal is better. So I'm using Vestal. Though she has quite a bad set of works on her. I mean, we might go with Occultist. And seriously speaking, we might probably even consider to do so. Okay. If we bring Occultist, this means that we are going to be giving him something rather different from we have given others before. But mostly the same. I'll give him an eyeball for accuracy, speed, and minus stress. And I will probably give him... What should I also give him, though? He'll be mainly a healer. Max HP, dodge, but minus 2 accuracy. His base accuracy, well, maybe not. Maybe we'll just give him something for healing skills. Now, the thing about Occultist is mostly that his healing comes from RNG, meaning that it's not consistent. You can get either low heals or very high heals. I'd like to give my Jester dodge. And as if for... Oh boy. Why he's... Okay. You're unholy. I'm looking at, like... Yeah. His negatives overwhelm the positives. So I might as well bring level 3. Hopefully, this will not gonna mean much of a problem for us. The thing about Abomination and the thing that I like about him, his damage comes from mostly just damage over time. And this is actually quite good. Okay, so he's... Yeah, we should just bring that. Dodge, stun resist, stun resist. Okay, this should be good. Sufficient. Before we will go, I'm going to... Okay, every slot is taken, so we can't really change that now, can we? But we most definitely will level him up. And we will need to level up his weapon and armor. And we will go straight for the camping skills and pretty much buy the good stuff from there. Yeah. So this is going to be my setup. I do hope that this is going to be sufficient enough. The thing about epic quests, you won't be able to finish them in one shot. Basically, the game tells you about that. So do not worry if you won't be able to. It's totally fine. And it's a-okay if you will gonna take your time and retreat and get back. There is no punish outside of stress. There is no punish for that, so it's good to know about that. Okay, so everything is set up. Let's go in the provision. You do not pose invitations. You're barred from entry. Now that's interesting. Where do I find invitations? I was so prepared, and now the game tells me I do not have something. Something that will allow me to get in there. Really? Fine, then we'll go into Cove. This is so unfortunate, seriously. Well. Damn. Okay, so short Cove then. This is like... This is really unfortunate, but okay. If the game won't allow us to, we will just do something else instead. Okay, let me bring another abomination. In any way, we'll be taking the same sort of stuff that we planned. Plan to take. So pretty much everything is going to be the same, well, except for these trinkets and those trinkets. Instead of them, I would prefer... Okay, accuracy, range, skills, stun skill, blight skill, chance, but plus stress. We can take that and just neglect the stress with a simple usage of an area box. And for leper, this thing is better. Okay. So if we're not going there, we are going in different direction. Short Cove. I was really hoping to go in Crimson Court, but apparently I need those invitations, which I don't really know where you can find them, to be completely honest with you. In previous stream, I went for like... I did 4 runs in the Crimson Court and nothing actually happened, so... Where do I find them? I don't know. And I also killed quite a lot of Crimson Court enemies in different areas.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
So where exactly is it? Beats me. Guess we'll be doing like whatever. Okay, and there are things here, like Throbbing Cocoon, which is interactable from a Crimson Curse, Crimson Curse DLC, but it is now here. In order for me to understand what do we need to do with it, why? It says that Torch reduces the Torch should be the thing to go, but it actually isn't. Okay. And this is a gatekeeper, and he holds some sort of a paper. Maybe that's the invitation that we need.
Eradicated.
And if that's so, it's actually quite good that he's here. Okay, Occultist won't do damage there. Those guys look like servants in the DLC. They were protecting the other guys. Yeah. That's the mechanic of the Crimson Curse. Crimson Court DLC. It basically means you will be... Wow, we are missing with everything.
Great is the weapon that cuts.
Most of the enemies... No. What the...
The horror.
Okay, now that's new. That's most definitely new. We lost our opportunity to kill the gatekeeper. Yeah, and that's most definitely unfortunate. Well, I didn't know that that could happen. Now we have to go hunt for another one.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
And it seems like he can be anywhere. And can they please stop missing? Oh, like, holy.
A death by inches.
We are full of stress. That's not good at all. How? Okay. Well, this run is unexpectedly unfortunate. I ran into some problems, and apparently The Bloodlust is actually threatening to your own characters as well. Like, I mean, it's good to know that now, rather than anytime soon.
Ringing ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
I should finish this fight off.
Annihilated. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
The fact that he ran away. Oh, come on, you didn't even disarm it. Okay. So now we have to go find him again.
The path is clear.
That is, if he will be here.
Only the strength to follow it.
He probably won't even be here.
Destroyed. Precision and power.
Well, at least against Eldritch we do decent damage. I don't want him to protect the back roll, so I mean the front roll. Let's lower his protection a bit. Okay, that skill that he used is definitely... could have been definitely a problem. Okay, he guarded him,
The slow death.
but we won't have able to defeat the skeleton anyway. So the battle is going to go a bit longer, with the possibility of us taking unnecessary stress.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. As the fiend
Or maybe not.
a faint hope blossoms.
Maybe we will just finish it off pretty fast. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of some unnecessary stuff. Grab busts. And probably we'll need those torches. We won't need bandages. I'd rather get gold. And let's look at the
A
chest.
fortune waiting to be spent.
This is quite a decision, actually. Okay. This is our another chance. Yes. We just have to somehow kill this guy.
Impressive. Powerful blow.
Okay, he will die, so we'll get his paper. Whatever it gives us, I don't know. But we'll get it.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Okay, they have a possibility to crit heal without crit attack. Leper, please start landing attacks. I can't allow him to just whiff upon every attack. Look, this just doesn't stop.
A decisive pummeling.
At least we killed that guy with the paper.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Oh, so here is my invitation. Oh, good to know now. Question is, well, I have to bring invitation and boss can go away. Let's continue on.
A blazing star is born.
It doesn't matter how we will decide to go, whether up or down, we're still gonna backtrack.
A singular strike. Decimated.
Chevaliers are kinda threatening. To be honest with you, they are really threatening. They AoE attack no matter from what position, and they can do massive amounts of damage, as well as apply stun and bleed upon your characters. As you can see, they also reduce bleed resist.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Could have been nice if I would have been able to debuff him for minus damage. And I did. Also, he is counted as a single target, which means he is not a big target. On the plus side, his stun resist is kinda low. Everything else, however, is at a decent number, except for bleed. I'm gonna go for a kill on Chevalier.
Well struck.
And finishing the fight.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
And since it's a cove, there is going to be a lot of fights here. Another one. And another gatekeeper. I don't particularly remember, like, how many turns does it need to pass until he runs away. Also, it is legitimately hard to land Blight on these enemies. It's like Blight is not the best option, actually. It's not their weakness, because their Blight resist is almost at 100.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Oh, we get another invitation. Oh, so you can farm them.
So too will resistance.
You legit can farm them. That's actually really good.
The light, the promise of safety.
Because who knows how many attempts will we need to finish that epic dungeon.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
This particular team composition, it works good in Cove, but against Crimson Curse, Crimson Court enemies,
Palpable fear.
yeah, it's like fishes have completely gone. They don't want to play with us. Instead, I'm swarmed by Crimson Court enemies. They're legit everywhere. And remember, the game also told us that Fnatic is going to come chase us. And yeah, you also saw there, like, the great zero heal.
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Coming straight from your beloved occultist. Which is exactly why I don't really recommend you to bring him as a only healing option. He has great utility in terms of debuffs, as well as good damage against Eldritch, but none of the Crimson Court enemies are actually Eldritch, and most of the Crimson Court enemies hit you in AoE, which is even worse, now that you think of it. But hey, at least we got ourselves some good stuff. Oh, come on. So I have to give him blood, because he will start just stressing everyone. Will there be a secret room? No, there will be more fights.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
Yeah, I guess our Plague Doctor will go for stress heal. It doesn't seem like I can reduce his stress here. Yeah. It doesn't seem like that at all. Especially now that we haven't managed to kill the skeleton. Here comes the stress train. Yeah, they specifically gonna focus him now. At least he didn't guard the stress dealer. Which is a plus on the plus side. Don't be fooled about this guy missing a lot. If he will hit you with his ability, you will going to know the extent of your suffering. Because he is a very strong stress dealer. And I'm not kidding. He's a beast. And Leper is unfortunately an absolute catastrophe when it comes to... By the way, stun removes guard? Stun did remove guard there, or did it just run off by itself? Leper. Leper. He's the best around.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Leper just missed so many shots that he had. Okay, I'm just gonna drop everything away. Such a remarkable hit chance on Leper. He's really the best. Actually, one crit will trigger a death's door. Come on! What's his problem? I believe he missed 4 attacks. Yeah, he missed 4 attacks straight. Attack after attack after attack. Imagine that happened on a boss fight. This can legit turn things not in the proper scenario you would like them to go. Well, let's see. Crit on range, minus crit on range skills. Believed is possessed by demons. In town will only pray for stress relief. There is 0 negative quirks and 0 items that lower his attack chance. I'm just gonna drop it there just to remove that sort of thing out of the way. He has, once again, he has 0 of negative quirks that lower accuracy, and none of the items lower it, so yeah. Guess it's just how it is. But anyway, happens. There will also like dungeons where he didn't miss. Though granted, when I am usually bring Leper, I bring Jester to boost that accuracy. So guess without Jester he's not that great. We got quite a lot of gold, but we also got ourselves a
in time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
the tumultuous currents in the Ether Blaster with extra vigor tonight. The comet particulates vibrate with extra intensity. Ether? Wait a minute, Ether? We are not playing Grim Dawn here. What's with the Ether? We have Vestals, we have a Houndmaster. Do you know what? I'm gonna dismiss the level 2, level 1, I mean. And I'm gonna pick a level 2.
Suffer not the lame horse, nor the broken man.
I'll get rid of the Arbalest.
It is done.
And I'm gonna get myself a leper.
Poor devils who remain.
That's how it's gonna go. Alright, so... By the way, the thing that I'm really looking forward is the eats. Let me show you what exactly I may need them for. I would like to get Altar of Light, plus 10% sun resist and plus 10% healing skills for Crusader, Vestal, Flagellant. This is quite good for them, for those specific characters. Because even if it sounds like not too much, it is too much to just neglect. And I am going to remove some negative stuff that we got. Though I do have to keep in mind, and you should also, in this DLC, when you get the Crimson Curse, do not put the same individuals together, like the guy who has curse and the guy who hasn't. The curse will spread onto non-cursed individuals. Okay, fascinated with corpses. Actually, all of his stuff is kind of bad, so I'd remove it. Why does she have so many? And I immediately almost put her in there. No. Okay, so now we can go into the Crimson Court. Which is exactly the stuff that we are going to be doing. Our party will be as follows. Though I am like looking at this and I'm thinking that instead of Abomination, I'm still gonna bring like Men-at-Arms, but instead of Abomination, I would have brought again a Shield Breaker. Maybe even better. No, but I want to bring myself. Yeah. I'm probably just gonna ditch the Abomination and go with this sort of lineup. It's bad that I don't have Vestal, to be honest. It is. At the same time, we should be able to do it. Stress, accuracy versus blighted. Stress versus Unholy. Or should I just go with Frontline being... Yeah, you know what? This is much better. Yes. Yeah, good stuff. So, trinkets, and we will... Gonna just jump straight into it. I am going to be giving my backline accuracy, speed, and I am going to be giving him plus healing skills. Though, does he really heal 0-19? I don't know if he really benefits from having this thing on. Maybe this is actually better. For Digester. Just want to give him dodge. Trap disarm, scouting, stress. It's not really that useful there because we don't... I believe we don't get scouting there. Which is sadly, but there's not much you can do. And I should... I can give her like full damage. She'll be doing some... although it's not... Let's look at her. Yeah, her resistance is kind of bad. And to our boy Crusader, we are going to play it more safe. His resistances are already getting pretty high. What should we also give him? There's a lot of stuff. Oh, a box. Where is it? Where is the dodge box? Yes, there it is. So, with him, I would probably want to guard Helion and just get on with it. Yeah, and he will be buffing... He will be buffing... And before we go there, I almost forgot to level her up. He will be buffing dodge chance, that's the thing I was going to say. Which is even better. Okay, let's go. Food should be at sufficient level. Torches just for the interactables. I probably overshoot it a bit. This should be okay. Yeah. Let's go. Oh. Okay, so we are not starting from the beginning. That's even better. So we already, as you saw, like in the previous stream, we cleaned those rooms. This time around, we are going further. A bit further. I will rely on... Helion has kind of low HP. I'm thinking about who should I guard. Like, who will be the guy that will receive the benefit of being guarded. No, don't give me those. Those enemies are... And I forgot. Then let's debuff him.
The slow death, unforeseen.
And I'm gonna bust dodge and minus stress. Yes. Work, dodge, work.
Be gone, fiend.
Hey, and we also buff crit, so that's even better for...
Knowing uncertainty. The birthplace of...
Okay. So we are buffing crit that will give benefits to our Helion.
A devastating blow.
She likes to crit. Doesn't seem like lowering protection on this guy actually does anything.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose. The blood quickens.
Okay, that's good. Let's not
These nightmarish
overstress
creatures
it.
Can be felled. They can be beaten.
Okay, there is a lot of rooms we can actually go to. That's why probably this dungeon is of epic scale. Because you won't be knowing, like...
Mechanical hazards possessed by evil intent.
Okay, so as I see, if you step in the traps and you trigger them... you'll trigger a random enemy encounter.
Destroyed.
I have to start working on lowering his stress.
Decimated. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Man-at-Arms eating like so many negatives is definitely not the thing that I expected. Last Crimson Curse, not DPS dealers, does seem like it's more of a minus than a plus. Okay, so Chevalier... we can't even move him. That's a problem with Chevalier in general. Just it's so hard to get to him through this whole barrage of enemies. There is also this thing that you have to take care of.
Obliterated.
Nah, there is no way we get to Chevalier. Okay, you'll get your bandage. The question is, will you be able to heal yourself for a good amount? Answer is yes, he can. Sometimes. And other times, he don't.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Press this advantage. Give them
Alright,
order.
riposte work here. Pretty good. Good job on those ripostes. I keep forgetting to give my occultist change his skills a bit.
enemy crumbles. As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Let's immediately change them. Minus dodge, mark target. Do we have something that does more damage? No, we already have a mark. Okay. So then this, I suppose. Yeah. And this can lay here. I'm still thinking. Yeah, it can lay here. I was thinking about picking blood. But then I kinda didn't want to. Okay, so we are going into the completely unknown territory. Oh, okay, so we see that there is a battle here, something there. Let's go up. Once again, we might run into a boss fight. Just saying that. Because I have zero clue where the boss is, and I'm just going in random. And currently I have no idea if there is a campfire. Like, where can you find a campfire? They keep throwing undeads at me. I don't really want to fight against undeads, but no one asks my opinion, so I'll have to.
A time to perform beyond one's limits. Inspiration and improvement.
For the most part, I will be relying a lot on RNG with this particular setup. On dodge RNG and stuff like that. Okay. He'll die from the bleed.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory. Surgical precision.
Yay! More crits, less stress. It's still okay, it's 9 stress on everyone, so nothing to be super worried about quite yet. Yeah, it's just we are unlucky with the enemy setup.
Unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
And we always have to consider the fact that we can run away. If something will go wrong, we can just chicken out and run away. You're using Hylian ability for damage. Why not use default attack skill? Default attack skill doesn't do as much damage as the other one. Bleed it out. Even though bleed it out debuffs your damage, you can still try to get some yellow numbers on it sometimes. Sometimes you cannot. Once again, I'm relying on RNG. Where am I even going? I don't know. Such a huge dungeon. Okay. Really, if I'm gonna run into a boss fight, what am I exactly going to be doing then? Trying to beat him? I mean, it's maybe possible. Okay, we dodged, so no random encounter. I don't really like the fact that this corridor is pretty long. It got us into a nasty fight. Here I would probably use Jester. Yeah, I will most definitely gonna have to do it.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Use Jester's ability to get in front. Yeah, that's what I was saying about annoying Chevaliers. Lowering, debuffing, doing masses of damage.
Eradicated.
As well as it's hard to get to them.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration. Annihilated.
Okay, so I brought them in the front, but in reality, this won't gonna do much. Except for the fact that they will be attacking men-at-arms, which is not bad. Give him proper heal, please.
A decisive pummeling.
Oh, now they are... So as you can see, they can hit anyone. Which is sort of a cheap move on their side. I mean, we won't die. I'll just go for a kill. At least one of them should die.
Hope blossoms.
And we finally found an opportunity where we will be able to just heal up. Yeah, they can attack everywhere. Everyone and everywhere. I'm just gonna keep removing stress. It's okay.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
So that was pretty pointless, I assume. I mean, there's no real reason to go there. Let's go back like this. such a vast dungeon without a campfire. But, you know, I don't know if you saw this, there is actually no hunger check here, so it's a little bit better. No, there is. It just happens to be way sooner than other things. Okay. Burn it down.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Indeed, how this must be carried home. Yeah, I mispronounced it. Hunger checks happen way later on than in any other dungeon. To be honest, I don't know where we're going, so we are just going somewhere. This is... Oh, no, 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 no. We had to fix the rotation, like, immediately.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Unnerved, unbalanced.
Ow.
Well struck.
Boy, they are really annoying when it comes to dealing brutal damage to your characters. It's not very brutal, but it's enough to get you on the edge of your seat. Am I buffing dodge and protection at the same time? You mean with Man-at-Arms I buff plus dodge minus stress, plus accuracy plus crit plus 22% damage while guarded. With Jester I buff speed, accuracy and crit, so pretty much I don't buff defense. Because there is no... like, my buffs do not raise it, except for Garrett on Men-at-Arms. I'm gonna be removing that.
War can be healed, but never hidden.
It would have been nice if Men-at-Arms also buffed defense,
The ground quakes.
but it seemed like he can't. Maybe this would be too OP for him? I don't know, maybe. Let me check if his camping skills can actually... Yeah, his camping skills buffs damage and protection. For 4 battles. It's just shame that I don't know if you can actually... if you can camp in this dungeon.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Oh. Blood Pact. Plus 4 speed if torch is below 60. If torch is below 60 plus damage. Minus 25% bleeding skill chance. Minus 10% max HP. Plus 15 dodge. Except I'm not running blind runs without torch. So... I'm going to be picking it up, but...
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
So I pretty much came here for the treasure. Okay, we went a very long path. Now it's time to go back. I'm not yet feeling that I should retreat. And something tells me that either down there or to the right, boss is somewhere in those rooms. Because up here there was only insane amount of battles and treasure. I don't know if I should go here. I'd rather try to avoid... If I'm gonna go here, there is a chance that I can get to this room from the other side. But then again, I might, in the process of escaping one battle, run into another one. So... I only hope that they will not... Okay, none of them... Yeah, it's... I'm safe. I thought, like, if they will level up, I would have to... Okay, it's a dead end. Well... Does this mean that here there's also a dead end, or does this mean that from there you can actually access something else? I don't want to participate in volunteer battles. But for the sake of curiosity... Okay, I'm gonna give you blood, so that you won't waste. No, 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 no. That curio, if someone without Crimson Curse will touch it, you will get cursed.
Precision and power.
Okay, please. Let's kill her before she casts an AoE. This attack, this AoE attack that he did and missed, it deals a lot of damage, has a high crit chance, and gives him riposte, as it seemed like. And it also can bleed your characters.
Slowly.
I did that solely for getting him to the good amount of HP so that he will die from bleed.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
That's not problematic, because now we can start stress heal and 0 heals. Okay. There is a risk that some other characters might get the Crimson Curse, but there's always a risk.
Death by inches.
Unfortunately, I can't find opportunities for me to fully stress heal. Well, fortunately, it's not... Come on, okay, here, drink it. Okay, so the new thing, they will refuse to receive buffs with the Crimson Curse active. That's quite sad, actually. Because it's more like... It's more like when you are stress tested, you have this...
Injury. Palpable fear.
You have the same thing that can happen to you. That they will refuse to do certain actions. Wait, plus 50% stress for 5... Who did this? Was that you? Okay, now I see why she got so much stress. Yeah, maybe you're right. Why can't we get a campfire? I so need it. I need it badly. It's not that my HP goes down, it's that... Is that stress that only one person here can manage? And crits.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Why as soon as I said crits, this guy crit me?
Impressive. Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
This plus 50 stress just knocked me down heavily. Guess what? Here there may be nothing here. There is nothing there. Oof. Quite a long and drawn out dungeon. Well, at least we burned it out. We got one torch left. Does seem like we are clearing the whole thing here. It's not the best thing, as well. In boss dungeons in the original game, avoiding fights was a crucial thing. And here it seems like you can't really do that. Because you don't know where to go. And we're walking, and we're walking, and we walk even more. This time going to that direction.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
I want to buff them up.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
I'm trying to do my best to remove this stress, but as you can see, my lonely jester, he is alone at this task. Everyone else just relies on RNG crits to do the job. And I can't even find what's the combination of... Who is the enemy that I can safely leave and...
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
And don't be afraid that he'll stack masses of stress on me. Probably nobody.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Yeah, those stacks of gold, I don't really see how you will be able to bring everything up with you. It doesn't seem possible. Also, it's like the room layout is the same. Okay, with him I'm gonna burn the hive, thus reducing some stress.
For a task well performed.
And one torch is needed for me. I don't know about keys. I might throw away keys. Better yet, anti-venom. Now layout is similar but not similar. Enemy layout is... Oof. Oof. This is so not... And there is pretty much no point in debuffing them, because to successfully lower their damage I would have to land like 3 debuffs with the cultist. I don't see any way this is going to happen. Not with double Chevaliers up. Yeah, just on casual 11 damage. With a also an effect that bleeds. I have to guard her. Yeah, especially with 0 heal, I will do that. Okay, this will protect her.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Especially from that stuff. Yes. RNG be praised. Let me smack him with riposte. Yes, please. I'm gonna give him hell now. They will regret every moment they try to attack us. Fine. It's interesting how enemies with one of the most damaging abilities are the enemies, and probably the only enemies with whom I can actually successfully stress heal. Oh, my guard ran off. Quite unpredictable. Nope. Okay, I'm still gonna stress heal. Because I want to dig deeper into the dungeon. And to do that, I would like to have as less stress as possible. Also, another character, as it seems to me like another character that can work here is the Flagellant. He has high bleed resist with the ability to heal and stress heal. Unfortunately, I do not have him. But he most definitely would have made things different.
So clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay. I cannot move map when it's scouting. So we go further. Come on, stop moving. My map needs to be positioned perfectly. Stop moving in backwards. Okay, who has the highest stress? It's Helion. No, she doesn't. Okay, you can drink it. Yeah, we have a pretty low trap disarm chance, so I have to be extra careful. There's a lot of gold that I pick up. The map just keeps moving backwards. Come on. I can't see myself if I'm not on the same screen. Like if the map is just whoop, goes up. My guess is this room was a dead end. Why forward? Okay, fine. Though it's not okay.
How quickly the tide turns.
Ow. Yeah, that attack I was talking about, it also applies bleed. We're not quite in the danger zone yet, so I'm just gonna take it slowly. Okay, when they transform, they have different skills. Which is also a thing that you would have to consider. And I most definitely underestimated Man-at-Arm's riposte. It seems like it does work if he hits. Imagine if they had like a, not trinket, but a perk that would give you... It would lower your stress if you dodge. Or if it boosts your stats if you dodge.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Look at how many rooms we've cleared. For some reason, this dungeon, like, with the amount of rooms it has, this dungeon reminds me sort of that third level of the Darkest Dungeon, where it was also a huge one. Okay, now does this will connect us to that room? Let's go and see. I mean, we will run out of food eventually,
A fortune.
so we might as well
Spent.
just scout as many rooms as possible, go back, and then we will be able to just finish things from where we started. There is still no campfire. Campfire would have soothed the wounds pretty heavily, but it doesn't seem like there is any. We'll go with one of those paths. Okay, let me give 2 foods for you, and most definitely will receive either some diseases that will prevent us from just straight up going into the dungeon again. Okay, it's a dead end. It's pretty much a dead end. No. There it is. We are gonna get somewhere. Okay, those are the enemies where we can stress heal for a turn. Hopefully they don't spread diseases. They stun, but nah. Manageable. More stress lowering.
Another one falls.
And I'm actually going to buff up. Maybe in that room there might be... Okay. I'll not...
From our lands.
There is even more. Okay. Down, alright. There is no way to tell. And we triggered a trap, which didn't trigger an encounter, so I was wrong.
Men thirsting for blood.
I have to start cutting down enemies. Yeah, Jester is definitely MVP here. Without stress healers, I don't really see how you will manage to clear so many rooms, especially with the fact that there is no campfires. And it's weird not giving campfires for such a long dungeon. Just such an odd choice. Yeah, you are able. However, well, they compensate it with the fact that you can return back here and start from where you left off. Which is definitely a good thing. And that was not a good thing. Finally. What? No. You're supposed to heal. I can't really finish this fight fast, and not that I can't, but rather I don't want to get out of this fight.
Ears.
Ow.
The end approaches.
Good. Was definitely the guy I wanted to have.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze. Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Well, we finally get rid of some stress. But we need that HP. Okay, good. This could have...
Their cursed champion falls.
Could have been better, but...
This expedition
You know me.
is a success. If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Key of Anger, red. Only through rage will the passage open. Guess I need it. Well... Okay, so probably this room was... no. Okay. This room probably was mandatory. We got some sort of a key item. Sometimes this ghost will give you something good. Most of the time, not really. Okay, so... This dungeon is very vast. Look at how much rooms we've cleared in just one go. Now I'm debating going into this room to see what's there, then going up there and go through the center. I will probably do that. Yeah, I'm going there. I don't know what's with the key and where you need it. Yeah, this epic dungeon takes like exploration up to a whole new level. And something that can stress heal, and probably two things that can stress heal, are actually crucial. Also, the thing about this guy, I don't know exactly what one of his abilities, if it hits you, it puts a debuff that gives you minus 40 to your dodge, which means it means a very bad things actually. Methinks he probably tries to hit my leper with this ability. Her damage is down significantly. Yeah, I'm so proud that we brought Jester here.
A dizzying blow to body.
Oh, this is bad. I have to guard him immediately. Otherwise he will die.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Curse you, Chevaliers. Yeah. He would have died.
And
He
now
is at
the
death's
true
door.
test. Hold fast or expire.
No more. Wow, I'm playing with fire here. Five damage per 3 turns. Good lord. I believe he bleeded himself when he did this, yeah, so that's why. Okay, some kind of an altar here. We've already encountered that. Wait. Wrong target. Wrong target. I still wonder where do we need this key? Like, they gave it to us for a specific reason. And I do hope that nothing was in that door. I mean, in that room. But it's interesting the fact that Chevaliers appear in yellow dungeons. Courtesans appear in yellow dungeons. Those guys with rapiers appear. Like, pretty much everything that we saw in champion level dungeon appear in the... in yellow ones, so... Okay, there is this thing, the key that we need. So, oh, so it opens kind of a shortcut. Yeah, it does open a shortcut.
No force of will can overcome a failing body.
Okay, I will definitely regret what I just did. Ha. Okay, we will abandon the quest. Retreat.
Regroup. Reassemble. Evil is timeless, after all. The degeneracy of the hamlet is nothing, I fear, when compared to the condition of surrounding acres.
Cosmic Fortune has deposited some well-formed comet specimens right upon the hamlet's doorstep. Not every treasure require risking life and limb. Shards plus 25. Those shards... Why do I feel like it's some kind of... I mean, it comes from here, most likely, from this DLC. Now I have to deal with their stress. I can't go there again due to obvious reasons. I have to get rid of their stress, I have to get rid of their negative quirks, like fragile. But here's the problem. Versus humans? It's okay. Can be manageable. Creative HP below. That's bad. That's sort of not that bad, so he will get rid of a fragile, and she will get rid of a duck heater. And also someone else. I'll probably... let me see. There are... in Wilderness, there are apprentice level dungeons. We can go there also, which means we're probably gonna grab ourselves a low-level squadron and go into Green Dungeon. Wait, why can't he? In town will only... But you can, okay. So he'll drink. Is there a reason for me to just put him... No, because if I will, he might get negative work because he drinks. For that purpose, in Sanitarium, we'll put another character. Minus 50% damage on first round. Definitely I don't want that. So let me grab a low-level squadron and we will go into a medium. Yeah, before we do that, I would like to say hello and welcome everyone to the stream. My name is Yuri, also known as Terrorlord. I'm the second streamer for the Xander Yevitz Twitch channel. I'm playing the game called Darkest Dungeon. A playthrough without using any sort of guides except for wiki for the interactable objects. Everything that you see on your screen is my own and personal opinions, decisions and stuff like that. So if you are not agreeing, if you would like to disagree with what I'm doing, or you would like to copy the strategy that I'm using, feel free to do that. I'm not gonna judge you, we all have our opinions, so do whatever you like. Have fun, interact, ask questions, relax, and enjoy the stream. And with that being said, let us continue on. Wow, Helm Master has some doo-doo negative quirks. which is definitely unfortunate. Okay, this is going to be our lineup. What's with their deeps? Come on, everyone has hit chance lowered. I mean, you already are bad at hitting targets, so... They don't have stress relief camping skills. This should be fixable. Stress relief camping skills are a thing to have. Especially if you don't... Oh, this is even better. I mean, especially if you don't... If you go into the low-level dungeons. Actually, I would like to give her a different thing. Where is the box? I like this. Okay, and I will switch your positions. There are some good trinkets for the range attackers. Accuracy, range skills, speed, stress. We will need damage. This thing. We will get you your speed and crit, as well as damage versus beasts. No, maybe not. Huh. What's the good damage trinket that we have? Not too many. I just give him this thing. And for you, don't be dodging anyway, so let's just pump your damage up to a bizarre amount. Our strategy will be to just blow everyone. And we'll go into a long dungeon. We will go to the long dungeon. Okay. Let's go. Long wilderness. Only those who watched me for quite a long time will understand why exactly do I hate. And I will repeat, I absolutely hate wilderness. I brought so many supplies, I probably shouldn't have done that. Because let's be honest.
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my
Why
own
would I
ambition.
need so many? Okay, explore 90% of the rooms. That's even
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
worse.
Formed with misintent.
will not need holy water, and I will probably not need a second campfire.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Also, I kind of made a dumb decision of throwing away a campfire, and I did this many times in my playthrough. You can actually use the campfire, buff the damage or scouting stuff, and just move on. Oh boy. Why those realizations come to me only now?
Decimated.
Also, a free...
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
A free invitation. There are so many of the Crimson Court enemies. That's imagine. I have trinkets. I have kind of leveled up characters. Imagine if you are like starting the game and you immediately like by mistake or by something like that, you went into the DLC and now you have to deal with all that stuff when your party is kind of low level. That's insane. That's going to hit you so hard. And I'm not joking. And what if someone has Crimson Curse on it and you want to keep that individual? You would have to search for blood. Look, more of these.
Be gone, fiend. A death by inches.
And to be honest, it's really rough.
Well struck.
To have to deal with even more enemies.
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Teach anti-venom to get gold. At least this party has some insane firepower.
With loot are often low on supplies.
I completely forgot to disarm that trap.
Eradicated.
A 40 crits. And I should have probably went with single target attacks. My bad. Though I will still go with AoE because I want to get rid of 2 targets simultaneously. Actually, of all of them.
Slowly, gently. This
And heal stress.
is taken.
Yay!
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
I picked these because remember I said to you that I will need them to buy a building for healers so that they will become more useful. That's the exact thing that I am going to be doing.
Mind that such missteps are the exception and not the rule.
Also, with the amount of invitations that we have, they give us quite a huge opportunity to revisit Darkest Dungeon, not the Darkest Dungeon, but the Crimson Court Epic Dungeon once more. How do I feel so far about Crimson Court in general? Definitely a recommendation for new players. Please do not enter in this DLC up until the point when you will establish a solid foundation. Yeah, and don't go there before you build a blood bank that gives you 2 blood per turn. Because most definitely Crimson Court is... You're not gonna be able to beat it without level 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. Which means, why would you delay your main campaign just for the purpose of going into DLC first? There is quite no point in doing that. Overall, it's a very interesting designed DLC with a lot of various enemies that you haven't faced before, with what looks like going to be a couple of bosses, because I don't think the Baron is actually the finale. It is first boss, and a lot more will going to come, I assume. But it's very good. There are some minuses, but let's be honest, we went through the Darkest Dungeon, which was even more sort of unfair. Well, unfair for the guy who went blindly there and who is going blindly pretty much in every other dungeon. Of course, it's sort of unfair.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
But overall, I really like what I see. And I want to see more. And I will see more. And you will see more. We are all going to see more. Yeah. This fountain, you need holy water. But me dump, me throw all holy water away. And yeah, I cleared a lot of that epic quest dungeon in pretty much one go. We still may have a lot to explore, but we'll manage. It's not impossible.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I am more concerned now about removing negative stuff from characters.
Find victory. Great is the weapon that cuts on its
Leper
own.
misses even with the accuracy buff. Screw you, Leper.
A powerful blow. Precision and power. This expedition at least promises
But then
success.
again, he has the infamous Deeps, which gives him low accuracy, even lower accuracy. Oh boy. Talk about a lot of gold, but then again, I need it. Also, if someone wants some certain character to be named in his name, feel free to ask for it. Because in this game you can rename characters. Maybe you will be the one who either carries through the whole dungeon, or maybe not. And it's not like I have a high demand on people who want to rename their characters, so you still have opportunities to become a legend, so to speak.
The ground quakes. A devastating blow. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Okay, so about green difficulty dungeons. Let's say you are sort of new to the game. You see me right now basically just melting through enemies, focusing more on damage rather than anything else. That's first of all. This approach comes
Match is struck.
firstly
Star
because I have a lot of trinkets that provide me with extra damage, and quite heavy ones, late game ones. Back when I played throughout my initial
Finding
levels,
stuff is only the first test.
I used a
Allies
different approach. which was approach on more controlling rather than doing damage. Yeah, no run into Fnatic is good. Though I want to see him, I would also want to avoid it. Just how many of the swing invitations are we going to get? Holy. They swarm us with those invitations. Invitations for everyone, but yeah, where was I? So... I used before an approach which was more on a safe side, which resulted in dungeons being more drawn out. But in return, I got more, less stress and stuff like that.
Impressive.
You can use an approach which is hit enemies with everything you have. That also may work.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
And truth be honest, it can work. Because in initial dungeons, enemies are not that durable. We're going there to grab a secret door. All in all, different approaches may work. Most definitely they may work. It's just the fact how exactly will they work. Like, because I tried one approach, you may try another one and share your thoughts on how did it go. Was it a success? Was it a failure? Depends. It also depends on whether or not you are rushing, meaning you may do some unnecessary things, make mistakes, and stuff like that.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
All in all, there is a vast amount of approaches to beat certain areas, certain things in this game. You just have to find whatever suits you and move on from that place, that particular place, that play style. I also absolutely like stress healing. Whenever the situation allows, I will stress heal. This can also prolong my fights kinda heavily, so it is that.
Another one falls.
Once again, this is my approach, and just like I said before, agree, disagree, do whatever you like. With trusting my words or not, I'm not saying like This is the only way to do this, so do this exactly the way I say. No. I'm not a...
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I'm not a guide maker to say this sort of stuff. And even guide makers, they share their own and personal opinions, meaning that what worked for them may not work for you. You may hate it or find it boring. Or even better, you might not want to even use guides. Maybe you are an explorer.
Wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Maybe you want to explore on your own. To each their own. The positive thing about this dungeon run is we are leveling up another stack of heroes, as well as getting gold, getting invitations.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I don't know what I can actually throw away. Let's see. We need shovel. That's a tough one to decide. Will we actually need a shovel? Fine.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
There's just way too much stuff. Our torch is running low. Our food supplies is running low. And then not... Invitations, invitations, selling some invitations.
Masterfully executed.
Don't rush, everyone will going to have their chance to get another invitation. Holy.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
This is so funny. And here I was yesterday going like 4 or 5 runs into champion, short champion, Crimson Court for invitations, and turns out they can be found here. No. No, 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 no. Okay, I'm getting rid of Onyx. Because I feel like I'm going to be getting more gold than onyxes. Okay, I believe in long dungeon in exploration you can ignore 2 rooms. And I'm going to be ignoring 2 rooms. Deeds. Great. What? Another one? No. This is ridiculous. How many more? Please don't apply Crimson Curse on anyone here. Be good bloodsuckers and have mercy. Hey man, have mercy. Mercy me. This is insanity. Actually, I'm going to grab deeds. Yeah. Because this is ridiculous.
The blood quickens.
All I had to do was to go into previous dungeons and just get those invitations there. And just so far, like, we've played this game for quite some time. My progress, I would say it's actually quite decent. Like, main campaign has been beaten. Crimson Court, I already starting to get accustomed to enemies, to what to bring, and the new mechanics. For a first time playthrough, this is actually very decent. Especially going in blindly. We will continue adventuring from one more room. Not touching that. What is this? If this is gonna keep continuing on, I'm gonna have invitation for everyone. For every party member. Like, I get it, I'm already going into the Crimson Court. Okay. I'm low on torch, so I should be a little bit cautious. Because if I'm gonna run into Collector, this might be not the best thing to do. They're too curious, but we don't have stuff
Every cleared
for
path
them.
through Charted Route reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
Yeah, almost 30,000 gold and 16 leads. And a very bad disease.
In truth, I cannot tell how much time has passed since I sent that letter.
Stunned by the apparent value of the thing concealed amidst its putrid feathers, onlookers wondered if a track to its patch might not be in order. Plot quest, Shrieker's Prize. It's again about this crawl thing. Most likely didn't have enough since the last time we fought. At least it didn't stall anything. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, before we end the stream, let's get rid of negative stuff from our characters. Check the wagon. The wagon doesn't have anything good for us. And this is going to be it for today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. Today was a more of a chill stream, with us proceeding a little bit further into the DLC, which is called Crimson Court. I hope you liked it. Hope you like my commentary, and maybe you learned something, or maybe you have something to share. Give a useful tip or trick on the game itself. Feel free to do that if you like. If you haven't been able to see this playthrough from the beginning, or you want to revisit previous parts, you can do that by visiting our YouTube channel, or by checking the part on video on demand on Twitch channel. It's a good thing to watch it on YouTube, because video on demands are gone within some time, so a lot of parts are not on Twitch yet, are not on Twitch already, so if you really want to revisit all the previous parts or some of the previous parts, you can do that by going to our YouTube channel. If you want to be having idea on what are we doing and you want to know it firsthand, you may want to consider subscribing to our social medias or our YouTube or Twitch channel. This will allow you to know exact and everything that we are planning to do. That includes schedules, edited videos, streams, and stream recordings and stuff like that. If you want to know our schedule for Darkest Dungeon or for Grim Dawn, you can find it below the Twitch video or on our social medias. And if you want to support us, with some useful donations, you can do that by visiting our Patreon page, where you will find that by supporting us, you will get some very cool stuff, meaning perks and bonuses, and that's all that good stuff is present there. We are going to be pushing for quality improvement for streams and for edited videos. We are still new to this whole streaming stuff, so experience will come with time. And we would be really grateful for those of you who decide to support us. With that all being said, I would like to thank you all again. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. Hopefully I will see you next week. Next week's our schedule will be back to normal. And hopefully it will not going to change. With that said, I'm going to finish today's stream. Have a great time. See you next time.